My goodness, that's half as thick. No wonder it feels so flimsy.
Welcome back to the Amusing Greg and to episode 2 of our oil filter teardown series. Now last time we compared oil filters from Supercheap, Ryco and Penrite, and thanks to your incredible support for the channel we've now got more oil filter tests coming, plus other types of content and some new test equipment landed to make future videos even better. Now I had a lot of questions after the last episode about why the Penrite's base plate is so thick, whether its smaller media height means poorer flow, and whether that's why Penrite included the bypass valve. I did put these questions and others to Penrite, but unfortunately didn't get answers after about a month, which is a bit disappointing, although they just recently got in touch apologising and advising they are looking into it, so I'll keep you posted on that. But I did also have a call with Ryco, who went through how they design and test their filters, and who invited me to tour their Australian filter test facility, which could be pretty interesting. So let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Now, a number of you guys asked to see the inside of the 3 products we're covering today: Sakura, Repco and Westville Cooper. And like our last episode, these units are compatible with the Ryco Z154, which fits VY V6 Commodores and many others. A special thanks goes out to these absolute legends here, whose generous donations on the last videos have paid for the 3 filters we're independently evaluating today. Thanks guys, your support is really appreciated. I paid $14.26 for the Repco as a club member, just $6.31 for the Cooper from Burson's, a real bargain there. I could buy 2 Coopers for less than the cost of one Repco, and after a lot of phone calls I found a local supplier for the Sakura who charged $7.90 plus local delivery. Online the last 2 are about $10 each, so shop around and plan ahead as they may not all be available locally. Now while there's a price difference, Repco claims to use a synthetic blend media, although unfortunately they couldn't provide any details as to what the blend was of or of its specifications, which was disappointing. Westville was much better in promptly confirming they use a 32 micron cellulose media, that's just paper, with a 98.7% efficiency and a silicon anti-drainback valve. Those are pretty standard specs, but it was good to have them confirmed promptly and accurately by Westville. Sakura unfortunately wasn't willing to disclose any details on their filters other than to say they're independently tested and designed to meet vehicle and engine requirements, which I guess that's fair enough, but it didn't really suit me. The Sakura and the Repco are both made in Indonesia, while the Cooper's made in China. In our last video, we saw many similarities between the Chinese-made Supercheap and Ryco, and at first glance, the Indonesian-made Sakura and Repco also look very much alike. The socket around the top looks similar, and they've got the same domed top with this small flat section in the middle. The Cooper still has the flats around the top, but the top is a different shape. A quick weigh-in of the filters shows the Sakura is 283 grams, the Repco is slightly lighter at 271 grams, and the Cooper's the lightest of the 3 at 264 grams. Both the Sakura and the Repco have 8 holes in the bottom, although the Sakura has got 1 hole larger than the others for some reason, which the Repco doesn't have. So while these might look similar externally, these are not identical filters, just with a different label. There are some differences. The Chinese Cooper looks pretty similar to the Chinese Ryco and Supercheap units from the last episode. The Repco also comes with an oil change reminder sticker. This rubber seal on the bottom of the filter is what ensures you don't leak any oil, and you want to make sure that stays with the filter when it's removed from the vehicle so you don't end up getting big leaks. So you want to make sure that's nice and secured. The Sakura came out fairly easily, I have to say. The Repco, pretty similar. And the Cooper, I'd say that's a bit harder. That felt more like what the Supercheap and the Ryco filters did, which also were Chinese made. These Indonesian ones, they don't seem to be secured quite as well. Now, I had a lot of comments last time about how tightly done up oil filters should be, and whether you should even need the Penrite's 19mm nut or a removal tool. A lot of that comes down to how tightly you install them, but the instructions on that differ from brand to brand, and in my experience, I can only tighten these filters by hand about half a turn, after which I need a tool. Now the artwork and the instructions on the Sakura and the Repco are almost identical, which also suggests they're probably coming from a very similar place, and both of them say to tighten the filters a full turn after the gasket makes contact. The Cooper says 2/3 of a turn, and from our last video the Ryco said 3/4 of a turn, while the identical looking Supercheap and the very different looking Penrite both said just hand tighten them. So with all this variation, it's not surprising that some people find a tool is necessary and others don't. Let's compare the weight of the base plate and the gaskets. Sakura comes in at 119 grams, the Repco's also 119, while the Cooper's 2 grams heavier at 121, so basically all the same for the base plates. For the rest of the can and contents, the Sakura weighed 164 grams, The Repco is 151 grams, that's surprisingly quite a bit lighter there than the Sakura, and the Cooper is the lightest of the lot at 141 grams.
Alright, let's disassemble the three and take a closer look at what we've got inside. So, for the Sakura, we've got our base plate there, here's the anti-drainback valve, so here's our filter cartridge, and in the top we've got a spring, similar to what we've had in other ones, although in this case there's also a little metal piece that sits inside the top of that lid that the spring sits inside. It'll be very interesting to see whether the Repco's got that, given it may have possibly come from the same factory.
The anti-drainback valve feels pretty thin and floppy, but that might mean it seals better than a stiffer valve.
So the Repco, this looks like exactly, look at this, have a look at this. This is the anti-drainback valve from the Repco. This is the one from the Sakura. They've even got the same little bit of dot of white paint on them. As someone once said, that's come from the same factory. I can't imagine that's a coincidence at all, even though the base plate was different. And as you'd expect, yep, sure enough, down the side there, we've got the same little cap material there and the same spring.
Although the spring on the Repco is actually a bit heavier because it's got an extra wire loop in the spring compared to the Sakura.
So, if anybody suggested that Repco filters are made by Sakura, I'd say there's a pretty good chance you're right. Let's take a look at the Cooper. We'd expect this to be quite different since it's from a different country. And yeah, so this is this can actually, I'm not sure, that can actually feels thicker on the Cooper, to be honest with you. That feels, I know this wasn't the plan, but this is the Repco. Just to give you an idea of the flexibility of that, I'm trying to use the same amount of force. This is the Sakura. That definitely feels more rigid. And the Cooper, this feels pretty similar to the Sakura. The Repco definitely feels more flimsy. So I'm very interested to see the can thickness. We're looking at around about 0.84 of a millimetre. The Repco, whoa, 0.44 of a millimetre. The Repco is half the thickness of the can on the Sakura. Wow. That's why it feels so flimsy. Gosh, that is really, really thin. I don't think I've seen one as thin as that so far. And let's just check the Cooper. Cooper's sitting around about 0.58 to 0.6. Alright, let's look at the rest of the unit. Same sort of spring as what we had on the Ryco and the Super Cheap. No little locating cap in there, no surprise there. Looks like a very similar top design there to what we also saw in the Super Cheap and the Ryco. To be honest, this is all looking very familiar. And when we come to our anti-drainback valve, sure enough, we've got the same Chinese characters. This looks like exactly the same anti-drainback valve we saw on the Super Cheap and on the Ryco. M18, which somebody pointed out means it's got an 18mm hole. Thank you very much. Yes, you're correct. 3/4 of an inch, exactly the same markings on the Cooper as what we had on the Super Cheap and the Ryco.
I then put the anti-drainback valves in the freezer for an hour to see if they retain their flexibility at low temperatures.
1 hour later.
To be honest, they were all pretty good, although the Cooper still felt a bit stiffer than the other two. Next, I cut the bases in half so we can measure their thickness and take a closer look at any quality issues. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please like, subscribe and share it on your socials. And if the video is still pretty new and you're on a mobile device, the hype option in the comments gives it a huge boost too. Thanks! These bases all look pretty similar thickness, but measuring them up we find the Sakura is 2.33mm, the Repco is slightly thicker at 2.58mm, and the Cooper, well, the actual material itself was about the same as the Sakura, but it's also got this outer steel skin which adds strength, so including that, the Cooper's the thickest at 2.9mm. Here's a summary of the specs we've recorded so far. Pause the video here if you want to take a moment to take these in. Just a point of interest, I found my oil filter socket that fitted the Sakura, the Cooper, the Ryco and the Super Cheap didn't fit onto the Repco. Bizarrely, the Repco's got 15 flats on this socket portion where the others have all got 14. The Sakura and Repco cartridges look identical in design with plenty of glue holding the elements onto the end caps and the same steel core. The Cooper's well glued too and has a similar looking core to the other Chinese filters from episode 1. The main thing to say here is that again, these are all well constructed filters. There are no cardboard end caps and plastic cores like our American friends seem to get on their budget filters. The Repco looks to have more pleats in the filter material, and you can see how much more space the Sakura has between the pleats compared to the Repco. The Cooper seems to be similar to the Sakura or slightly better. We'll verify all this when we cut the filter elements out. Here's the last look at the elements and cores before you measure them out. So all stretched out, we can clearly see the Repco's got the longest filter element of these three by some distance. The Sakura is the shortest at 143cm, the Cooper is only marginally longer at 144, and the Repco romps at home at 169cm. And this makes an important point. While I suspect the Indonesian factory that makes the Sakura also made this Repco filter, understand that same factory doesn't mean same filter. As a private label brand owner myself, I can categorically tell you that brand owners can specify exactly what components the factory puts into their product, which might be completely different to what somebody else's product gets from the same factory. In this case, Sakura's gone with a thicker can wall and one large inlet hole, while Repco has gone for a longer semi-synthetic filter media and a thicker filter cartridge spring. And that's why independent testing of specific brands like this is important to help you understand what's actually in each product. So if you value independent analysis of Australian products like this, please consider a donation via the thanks button like these legends did last time. It really helps to fund future products and equipment so I can keep creating independent local content. Thanks. Now all these filters are 50mm tall in their media, meaning the surface area of the filter elements are 715 square centimetres for the Sakura, 720 for the Cooper and 845 square centimetres for the Repco. The Sakura also had the thinnest element, followed by the Cooper and then the Repco. So all other things being equal, the Repco should be the pick of these three for filtration performance. It would either have better oil flow for the same filter media, or as I suspect, use a finer micron semi-synthetic filtration media without compromising flow. Either way, it's a positive for the Repco. If you're interested in comparisons, here are the results from episode 1, including the media area which I left off last time. And again, full disclosure, this review is all just looking at the physical aspects of the filter. I realise the value of flow testing and particle testing, but it's not something I can scientifically test at this stage. Under our shiny new digital microscope, we can see the Sakura and the Cooper look fairly similar, although the Cooper appears to have a more open weave media. And when I was cutting through the Cooper's element earlier, I did notice the saw went through faster than on the others. Wow, I think that just went straight through. This feels like it hasn't got much at all. Wow. The Repco appears to have a slightly denser weave with straighter fibres and more overlapped matting, which correlates more with what typical glass fibre media looks like. Under the live view, here's the Sakura, here's the Cooper, and here's the Repco. Again, you can see the Repco fibres seem straighter and more tightly matted. Now let me know if these shots are helpful. I was actually hoping for a stronger zoom than this, so I'd appreciate your input as to whether you think this is sufficient or whether we need to go bigger. As with episode 1, all three filters are at least adequate, so there's no bad option here. They all claim to meet OEM standards, and so if that's all you're looking for, the Cooper and the Sakura are solid budget choices. They can be harder to find in store, but order them in advance and you'll usually save at least a few dollars. Both are well built. The Sakura was the heaviest and the Cooper had the best gasket retention, but they shared similar average filter media. But for cheaper filters they're quite passable, and we'll look at OEM filters in a future video. The Repco is quite different. The can felt thinner, but the Repco stands out with about 18% more filter media surface area over the others and a superior looking filter composition. That should mean better filtration and cleaner oil, which is what you're paying extra for. Picking between the three, for a budget option, honestly the Cooper and the Sakura are so similar I'd just buy whichever's cheapest. Though personally I'd probably slightly favour the Cooper, as you know what filter media you're getting, it's slightly thicker, and at the time of shooting they're more readily available through Autobahn and Bursons, where the Sakura is pretty well online only. But for an engine I cared more about, I'd choose the Repco for its superior filtration media. Now, the Repco is a good 50% more expensive than the other two, and while for this little filter that only equated to a few dollars, for larger filters like these Pajero ones it starts to represent a significant dollar increase, so the budget units may present a more compelling case for certain larger vehicles. In our next episode, we're going to the top of the market, where we'll take the Penrite from episode 1 and pit it against the K&N Performance Gold and the legendary Ryco Syntec. So if you're keen on that, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss it. If this video saved you money on your next purchase, please consider buying me a coffee with the thanks button below to help fund the next review, or share it on your socials to help the channel to grow. And if you'd like more testing of products like this, drop a comment below and tell me what you thought of this video and what else you'd like to see. But that's all for now, so I'll catch you next time.